Ford with their never-ending pickup news. Tesla introducing new seats in one of their models. The Fusion becoming a crossover. All that, so much more. Stick around. Welcome everyone to the channel of Z Motor Reviews. And more importantly, welcome to Z Talk episode number 1. With this being the very first episode, I thought I'd give a little explanation of how things and what we here at Z Motor Reviews are trying to accomplish. Our new Z Talk series is going to cover many different news stories that are developing in the vast car and truck world. Whether that information is a new type of vehicle being produced, a minor change in a vehicle series, or even possibly big recalls that might be impacting you, and you might not even realize it. Along with that, we're also going to have fun little segments on the channel for you to learn more about vehicles. Also, apart from our Z-Talk series, we will be doing vehicle reviews, walkarounds, and test drives, which could possibly lead you to finding your next dream car. But enough about what's to come, let's jump on in. If you have ever looked into the Ford Motor Company, you know exactly what their main focus is, their truck line. Ford has their 50s series such as the 150, 250, 350, 450, so on and so forth, you get the point. Then even more additions from those such as the Tremor, Raptor, Super Duties, and a few years ago they brought back their once super popular line of the Ford Ranger. The Ranger was supposed to be Ford's small-scale pickup for those truck owners that don't want the giant size of their regular lineup that they used to only offer. Well, even though the Ranger is smaller than their now beefy F-150, it isn't as small and compact as some owners are still looking for. So, with all of that, Ford is now coming out with their claim to be small, unibody, and compact pickup in the Maverick. The news of Ford introducing the Maverick isn't all that new. In fact, it has already been spied in leaks around the internet as it started its development all the way back in 2018. But what is new is that recent photos have been leaked to show its larger appeal once again, along with a price point that might not appeal to too many. Photos of the Maverick have been spotted and is looking to be a larger pickup than what was originally thought. However, it will still have a smaller frame than that of the Ranger, even though the Maverick is expected to only feature a 4-door option rather than what Ford normally does with the cabs and gives their customers many different options. Now to the price that some people may love and some people may not like. The Ford Maverick is projected to start at a near perfect $20,000 for the very base model that Ford will offer. With this, when you get up into higher trims that offer the full abundance of Ford's features in this pickup, you're going to be looking at around $30,000 to $35,000 is what is expected. Now, that's a lot to think about paying for a compact pickup truck that we already know will not have near the capabilities of towing, payload, and many other things like the F-150 can. So this begs the question, would you look to pick up the newest Ford Maverick in the upcoming year? Or would you rather get an older version of an F-150 model? How precious is the size of a pickup to you? Let us know. We would love to get your opinion on that here at Z-Talk. Next up in the news, we have Tesla. Tesla always seems to be doing something new or coming out with some crazy type of update, such as having the ability to generate your own horn sound. By the way, Elon, that is the wrong type of power to give this generation, but we thank you for it nonetheless. Most recently, Tesla has added a third row to their Model Y. This is great news if you're below 5 feet tall. The Model Y previously just had a 5-seat interior, but along with the recent debut of the Model Y standard range, Elon also gave us the ability to fit 7 people in a Model Y. This kind of came out of the blue as no one was expecting to see the addition of the third row seats, but it is here. Well, sort of. In the pictures that have been leaked on Tesla's website, it shows those extra 2 seats in the back, but with them comes very minimal legroom, like practically none at all. But with all things Tesla, they just want to make sure you have every option you could possibly want in a car, and this is just another one of those things that Tesla is gifting us. Keep on giving, Elon. We love you. Dodge recently came out and told their large muscle car owner fan base that they will not be selling owners of the Challenger SRT Superstock parts to make Demon clones. This is news that upset a lot of power-hungry Challenger fans, as they are always wanting to be able to cut down their car's acceleration times. The SRT Superstock is already an extremely fast addition to the Challenger, but unlike the Demon that Dodge offers, it does not have all the right equipment that allows it to be quite as fast as the Demon. I can see why this can be upsetting to a lot of fan base. Personally, I think a lot of people get these cars because they can be constantly modded, and now Dodge is taking away some of that ability by not offering the Demon parts. On the other hand, siding with Dodge, I can understand why they would not want to sell those parts, as they want to get more of their vehicles off their lots. I'm not sure which side I'm totally on, to be honest, but let us know who you side with in this great debate. Alright everybody, one of the fun segments we thought we would include here on Z Talk is the Car of the Day. This segment will possibly give you a new perspective on a car, or it might even teach you about a car that you had never even heard of. Who knows? You might find your newest dream car just by tuning in today. But today's car is the Kia Soul. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that to you all. Today's actual vehicle is the Ford Model TT. I thought that since this is the very first episode of the channel, we would go back a long ways and look at one of the most influential vehicles that almost no one knows about. Everyone knows about the Ford Model T, but almost no one has ever learned about the Model TT. That's 2 T's, by the way. The Model TT was one of Ford's very first pickups, except back then, the thought of a pickup had not even been invented yet. So it was said to be the very first cargo-based car that came out all the way back in 1917. That cargo-based car gave us the F-150 that we know today. So, there you have it. Now you can say that you have at least learned something today. Back to the news. Probably one of Ford's most popular vehicles that you see on the road, besides the F-150 of course, is their Ford Fusion. The Ford Fusion started production all the way back in 2006 and stood the test of time up until this past year in 2020, where Ford stopped production on them in late July. Just another thing that 2020 took from us. Thanks, 2020. This was in part of Ford stopping production on a lot of their vehicles, that way they can focus on their trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and Mustangs. However, if you really enjoyed the Fusion, do not give up hope just yet. The Ford Fusion is indeed going to be coming back to us shortly. With its new arrival, it will have significant changes. Even the name will be changed. It is speculated that with its return, it will now be called the Ford Fusion Active. The new Fusion Active will now be a crossover vehicle compared to its sedan style that it had before. This is good news to some, but for others who wanted to stay away from having to switch to a crossover, this is sadder news. But to finish it back up with some good news, Ford is giving the Fusion Active a nice new redefined interior with one of the biggest screens it has ever put into a vehicle. This screen will be the driver's speedometer, tachometer, gauge clusters. Then it will also be the center screen and infotainment center. And it is even rumored to be giving the front seat passenger a screen to control certain aspects as well. This screen will reach across the entire front of the car and is looking like, with more and more vehicles going for these big screens in their vehicles, that it might be where the automotive industry is moving. Are these screens a good thing or a bad thing? The automotive future, or just a trendy phase of this decade? We here at Z Motor Reviews will have even more coverage of that in a later episode. So make sure you stay subscribed so you won't miss out on any of that information. Up next, we have a segment designed to help keep you safe and to make sure to look out for these things if you are currently looking for a car. We won't go through all recalls, as there are thousands upon thousands, some being minor and some being major, but we are going to give you the bigger ones that are happening right now. Remember, with recalls, companies are most likely to give you a free fix if your vehicle is having a recall. Just make sure you can get it into your local shop as soon as you can. Here we go. In late 2020, GM started having issues with the seatbelt, which led them to recall approximately 620,000 vehicles. These are currently the vehicles that are having this issue. We have the 2020 through 21 Chevy Silverado 2500 and 3500, and the 2020 through 21 GM Sierra 2500 and 3500 pickups. Along with those, we also have the 2019 through 2021 Chevy 1500 and GMC 1500 pickup trucks. 2021 Chevy Tahoe and Suburban and the 2021 GM Yukon XL model are all having those issues. If you have one of these vehicles, please make sure to head over to nhtsa.gov to see if this could be impacting you. Away from General Motors, everyone knows that the drive shaft is very important in a vehicle, and Honda and Acura are currently recalling roughly 400,000 vehicles due to their drive shafts. These are the vehicles that are dealing with this issue. We have the 2013 ILX Hybrid, 2013 through 15 Acura ILX, 2012 Civic Hybrid, 2013 through 2015 Accord Sedan with continuously variable automatic transmission with a 4-cylinder engine, 2007 to 08 Fit that is equipped with a manual transmission, and the 2009 to 2014 Fit. Again, if you own any of these vehicles, please check out the nhtsa.gov and type in your vehicle's VIN to make sure you are driving safely down the road. Those are all the segments that we have for this very special first edition of Z Talk here on the channel. If you have any suggestions on how we can make this segment better, or if you would like to see anything added to the channel, please feel free to let us know in the comments or email us. Our email will be flashing up on the screen now and is also in the description. Again, we want to thank you for watching this video, and if you like what you saw, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. It helps us more than you can imagine. See you for now, until next time, with much more content coming your way.